Hi, this is Mr. Glenn, and this is day 3 of the Sketchup House. So today we're doing 3 things. We're going to learn about fencing, trees, and bushes. So let's start off with some fencing. So as you can see, I simply put a rectangle in here. I simply did that by adding it to the bottom of the screen. I just put a rectangle in, and let's do some fencing. So what I'm going to do here is simply put a fence around the pool or the property with a rectangle. So I'm going to choose the rectangle tool, click the rectangle up here. I'm going to start right on the edge here, the face. I'm going to bring it all the way down here to the backyard. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this again, do another rectangle inside that box. I'm going to try to keep it the same distance away, but if it's not perfect, that's okay. We'll do the best we can. That's pretty close. Okay, so now if we do a push-pull on this outside box here, we now have fencing. Now what you'll notice here with the pool is also rising. So that's not a good thing right there. We don't want that to happen. So now that I clicked off it, you can see what happened and we're good to go. Now look at the fences, they're really thick. Let's go over here and make them thinner. This is one way to do the fencing. In fact, let me go the opposite way from the inside. Let's make them nice and thin. If you go too thin, they disappear. Okay, so obviously we need some way to get in there. Okay, so let's go around the back side here. And we have a fence all the way around. Let's put another rectangle in here. Put it right here, so face to face. I have a big opening here. And then what I'm going to do is select it with the select tool. And then I'm going to hit the delete key on the keyboard. I'm going to select again and delete. So you can see the only thing that's left over is the very top rail. Okay, we need to divide this right here on the top here over this point and this point over to this point. If we don't do that, what's going to happen is when we delete this top line, it's going to delete the entire fence top line. So now we can select this like so and delete it. And then all we have left is the 2 lines. So let me go with the eraser tool. And you can see right here that we delete that, but also we have a problem with the fence there. So we can do something called healing the face, and we'll do that right now. Go with the rectangle, top point. It's really important that you put in the right spot, just like that. And we'll do the same thing on the other side over here. So go right to the corner and straight down to this edge. And you can see right there it's filled in now. Okay, so that's one way to do a fence. So let me go ahead and back out of this and show you a different way. We'll get rid of all this fence. Okay, so we have our pool. And if we want to do a fence with simply using rectangles, this is how we would do it. Let's do a top view. And we're going to go to rectangle. Most of you guys will probably choose this method. So I'm going to place it right there and go to right here and make a little box. And then I'm going to go from right here to right here and make a little box. You can see right here with the angle there, it's on the red. And so look what happened because our angle was that way. So let's go back one step. So a lot of this is really important on what your view is. Okay. So as long as it's blue, we're in a good shape at this level. And then we're going to go here and connect that there. Okay, if it's not perfect, it's okay because we're going to do a push-pull in a second. So over here, we're going to go push-pull, go for a little bit of a slight angle, lift up that wall. And you know what? Let's not put a second wall in here, the third wall, but if we wanted to, we could do this. Let's go ahead and leave it down. So if someone comes in the backyard, if we wanted to do the fence, we could do that. So you can see how thick it is. Let's make it thinner. And when we fill this in later, it will look really good. Let's go ahead and do this. All right, so we're getting to the kind of hang of it here, and that's our fence. Okay, later on, I'll show you on Monday how we actually use fencing materials. Now, we're making bushes for our house. There's a couple things I showed you today in class. So for example, if you want to put a hedge in, and then do a push-pull. Or if you want to do a circle shape, you make a circle and then simply do a push-pull, and then here's your plants. Okay? Not looking super creative. However, if you went to the pencil, and let's say I want to do like an M, like I did in class today for some of the periods. I want to have a special hedge with my first name on it. My first initials M. Go like this. Let me zoom in a little bit. And come straight down. Okay, so there's a problem here, guys. It did not turn. Let me see if it happens if I push pull it. It does work. Okay, so I made an M hedge for my initials. That actually looks pretty good. Or you can simply do a free draw one with the pencil tool and go to the bottom where it says free draw, and you can simply make any kind of plant you want, but make sure it crosses like that. Go to push pull, and then you have a plant that looks like that. So the top looks pretty good, and the sides look a little bit strange, but most plants will probably mostly look like that. So those are the different shapes you can use and come up with something creative. Now to do a tree, let's go to the side over here. First thing I'm gonna do is show you how to do a tree like this. We're gonna do a circle tree. So I'm gonna go for a top view here, and I'm gonna make a circle. I'm gonna go back to the center, make another inside circle. Then I'm gonna do a series of these, and you can change the size of these. It doesn't have to be perfectly the same size. And then I'll leave it like that. So then we're gonna go to push pull. You put this in the center of the screen though, so you can see it a little bit better. So we're gonna angle a little bit, go to push pull, and you're simply gonna pull these edges up. It's a little bit tougher to get inside there, but that's fine. Okay, let's move this up. Let's move this one up. Okay, then we're gonna go to the bottom. That's actually touching the ground. We're gonna move this one up. And as you can see, guys, we just made a tree. Okay, that took me less than 1 minute to do. So let's get rid of this plant right here. It's kind of in the way. So I'm gonna use the select tool, put a box around it, and then hit the delete key. Now, you need 4 trees for this assignment. Well, I just made 1 tree. So you can make another tree if you want to, or you can click the select tool, put a box around this, it turns blue. All the parts of it turn blue. That's very important that that's blue. Then we go to the move key. Select the top one, we put it on top, we press the Control V as in Victor button at the same time. A little plus comes up. I click the mouse or your Chrome pad and you can make another one. So right now I have 2. I press Control V again and I can make another one. And so I'm going to put it in the air. So here's the thing. When we want to place these somewhere, we can't have a tree in the ground up in the air like that. But right now I have the move key. So I can take the move key and I can put this anywhere we want. Put this one in the back. Okay, you can see it's kind of high up there, so we got to change our angle. Come over here, move over here. Then we're going to go for a side view. We're going to bring it down. And that's how you move things across the screen. Okay, so that's in a pretty good spot there. These two are really close together, so you have to get a little bit closer and then put the box on one to move it. So we select, and you can see I did not get all of that. So let me try it one more time. Now it's all selected. Now I can press the move key. Here's the move key, and I can move it over here. Remember, we use the Control V only for making duplicates. So that's one way to make a tree. Other way to make a tree is if you were to make a shape like we just did with free draw, and some kids are very good at making these. So I'm going to go to the free draw again. I'm going to simply make a tree like this. So it kind of like a finger tree. Okay, then we're going to do a push-pull on it. So from the side, it kind of looks like a palm tree. And the only thing we need for this right now is a post. So let's do this. We're going to select it. Then we're going to move it straight up in the air. So we have to go side view. You change my view a little bit. There it goes. It's going in the air. And then just go underneath it and put a circle on it in the middle. Okay. So this will be the base of it. and we simply do push-pull coming downwards. Okay, and you can see I went underground with it, so I went too far. Go back to side view, it's still too big. Let's go up a little bit higher. That's pretty close. You simply have to change your view. It's still a little bit high. Let's go a little bit more, and that's pretty close to being perfect. So that is what we're doing today. This is day 3. You need to have 4 trees, different kinds of trees, or the same trees is fine. You need to have 8 different hedges. That's it for today's assignment. This is day 3. Please have this done by the next time we meet.